Hello there. Ty here. Happy Monday. This is a surprise live stream, even for me. I didn't know I was going to do this until maybe like 10 minutes ago. So I thought I would just go live in lieu of posting a Monday video, which I did not prepare. So right now there's nobody in the chat, but we'll see if that changes. This is a little experiment to see if anyone will click and check out what's going on over here. As always, we've got some Liquid Hour D&B that is playing some music in the background. Hey, Rachel. I thought I would do a surprise stream. Normally Monday is my long form posting day, and I don't have a video ready for today. And I was like, you know what? I should just go live and see what happens. It's an experiment, and just see if anyone pops in. Normally, y'all are used to my Thursday lives, and so yeah, I didn't wake up this morning thinking I was going to do a live stream. So yeah, just a little surprise. What's up, Naz? How are you, man? Good to see you. And great job on your live stream, by the way. What was it, yesterday? Over the weekend? Very good job. I think you had like 30 people. That was pretty impressive. Oh no. Is Nightbot removing chats? I don't know. But good to see you guys. So actually, just so you know, I got off a call with the mentorship program that I am in. I think some of you guys know that I'm a part of Tintin Smith's 100K YouTuber program. He's got a pretty cool community. He's got this one right here. So he's a pretty cool dude. I got off a call with them earlier, and to my surprise, it's like every time I join those calls, I just leave with just so many ideas of things I want to work on. And so, hey, what's up, Prodigal? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Nightbot is handing out the yellow cards. You gotta be careful, you guys. I don't know how to make it less strict. Maybe I got to go back in and change the moderator controls. But so yeah, anyways, I have all these thoughts and ideas for an upcoming launch that I want to do. And I think Rachel, Don, Naz, you guys will know, having been in the community, that I have an announcement today about kind of the pivot or the change that the community is going to undertake in the next month or so. So more to come on that. You'll see that in the community here in a couple hours. But yeah, I think I want to do like a formal launch of the new community as it migrates into a paid membership. So I have all of these ideas and thoughts and things that I want to do, from all of the CTAs to warming up the newsletter to getting a wait list to doing a promotion and like all of this stuff. So we'll see. I'm going to plan some of that out today. What's up, Mike? How are you, man? Good to see ya. So Naz, while we're on the topic, how was your live experience? Tell me what you think. Did you have fun? Did you like doing it? Are you going to do more of those? Because I think you should. I think you're great. And you know what's so cool is like a lot of the same people that join mine join yours. And I suspect that's the case across the board. So yeah, it's good to see that crew of people. Steve and Kat and all the regulars. We'll see if any of them see it. Yeah, man, it seemed like you're having a good time. You had a lot of great questions in there too. I'm kind of jealous, actually. I don't get as many questions as you got. At least I don't think I do. Oh no, Don, you got the wrong train. How long is your commute? And how is the new gig treating you? Also, Don, I don't know. Do you know the Nightbot moderator thing that I've got going on here? Have you seen it or used it before? It's hopefully going to do some of the work that you were helping me out with. So, by the way, I much appreciate you stepping in and helping out the way you have been. That's really nice of you. Oh, you had to walk a mile both. Dang. Yeah. What's up, Jay? What's up, Phil? How are you guys? Um, yeah, Naz, it got a little deep. There was some like good questions in there. And I think it's just a great way to also let your guard down a little bit, which is again, this is all big experiment, right? What I'm doing right now, going live without having prepared or like I wasn't planning on this at all. This is a bit of a resilience test for me to see how well can I be on camera having not given any thought to what I was going to talk about today, or if anyone would even join, because you guys are used to my Thursday streams. So I'm just kind of putting it out there and seeing what happens. Nice. Jay, are you commuting home from work? And Phil, glad to hear it, man. You inspired to get started. You set up your den. Ooh, nice. Okay, you're gonna record your first video tomorrow. Tell me about it. What's the topic? Do you have it scripted? Have you thought about a title and thumbnail? Like, do you feel prepared, or you feel anxious or hesitant? I'd be curious to know. I will tell you, the days leading up to my first video were awful. um, I had tried recording that video several times before I finally ended up just going with it. But yeah, kudos to you for getting it locked in on the calendar. That's a big step. I'm gonna mess up your name, Bushveld Boet. Bushveld Boet. Is that how I say it? Is that how you say the name? South Africa. And thank you, appreciate it. It's been a wild ride. It's been fun, hard, and there's just so much to do and work on, but it's been fun at the same time. All right, Phil, you got a question? Actually, Phil, really quickly before you get into that, let me just remind the group. Use QQQ if you have a question, and then I'll just pin that. This is how unprepared I am. The only thing I've formally prepared is music by our friend Nanad. So if you guys don't know, our good friend Nanad plays drum and bass music on his YouTube channel. His channel is Liquid Hour D&B. If you type exclamation Nanad in the chat, you'll get a pop-up. But be warned, I have been known to troll my audience, so be warned. All right, Phil's question. What camera am I using? Dude, I'm using my iPhone. I am using my iPhone camera. Let me show you. Now I'm using my MacBook camera. But this is what I use. This guy right here. This is my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I use continuity camera so that my Ecamm Live software picks up this, and I'm just using the camera from my iPhone. So hope that's helpful. And yeah, you can toggle back and forth between your main camera and your webcam. If I was fancier, I would have more unique angles, but I'm not. Jay, how long is your commute? And where are you located? You're not in London proper, are you? Essex, I think. I'm curious how close that is to London. Yeah, Mike, good to see you too. All right, so Jason, what am I working on? So Jay, I think as you were joining, I was telling the group that I had just got off a call with my mentor and his team, and I just have all these ideas now of how I want to launch a new product, and I was going to maybe work on some of that on the stream, because I've got all these ideas about this new community that I'm thinking about migrating from free to paid membership, as you're well aware, and how I can make that more appealing and advertise it and just create more awareness around it. So I'm just thinking through a launch plan for that. If you guys are interested, let me know more. And let me know in the comments if you want me to dig in a little bit more on what a formal launch plan can look like for a product, whether it's a digital product, a course, a community, anything that you're working on to monetize on YouTube. If you're trying to sell a service or a product, there's kind of right ways and wrong ways to do it. Of course, I'm brand new to all of this, so I don't really know the exact right ways, but I'm learning. So if there's questions you have on that, let me know. Hey, Mary, I'm doing well. Good to see you. What's up, Mohit? Good to see you, man. Um, okay, so your question was, what am I working on? So, how do you come up with the ideas for your long form? Gosh, all right. So, Jay, coming back to this question, this live stream is a result of me not having worked on long form, a video, which I was supposed to do over the weekend. My girlfriend was out of town. I had all of this time, but I ended up working on a bunch of other business related things. So I never got to actual recording a video. But in a perfect world, how I come up with long form content is right now I'm in this kind of weird transition where I'm kind of pivoting a little bit away from beginner YouTube content and I want to do a little bit more like kind of like newer to advanced or newer to intermediate and more specifically around monetization. So lately I've been doing a lot of research on monetization videos. So what is the YouTube partner program? And I just made a video last Monday about that. So I'm digging more into high performing video topics over the last few years, specifically around the topic of monetization. And it's going to be all things on platform. So YouTube partner program related. As you know, there's ad revenue, there's supers, there's channel memberships, there's brand connect, there's shopping. A lot of these topics you could dig into in a lot of detail and create a lot of videos on. And then there's also the off platform monetization. So coaching, which I'm doing right now, as you know, paid memberships through a community, sponsorships, merch, digital products, all of the things. So I kind of want to become a bit of a SME, if you will, a subject matter expert on all things monetization. So I'm dipping my toes more into that kind of research. So hopefully that answers the question. I know that was a bit of a long-winded version, but yeah, thanks for the question, man. Phil, I have a script, but it's going to be about my life, going from a personal trainer to depression and alcohol and back to super fit and healthy. I think I can help a lot of people. Wow, Phil, that's quite the transformation, man. I'm glad to hear that you're in a much better spot than previously. Yeah, I think a lot of people could use some help with addiction and mental health and transitioning away from being in that modality into something a little bit healthier. So if you got a message to share, if you got tactics and tips and things that you've gone through to help relate to other people, I think that's amazing. I'm all for that. Rachel's got a question. Hey, Rachel. If I'm on a budget, what can I use to conduct online interviews while still maintaining quality? I mean, I think any of the free Zooms or Google Meet, the quality becomes an issue with those because you're not always getting a high quality stream from both sides. So, um, I honestly don't know. I've been using Ecamm and I've obviously been a part of panels on live streams with Ecamm and then also StreamYard, like with Jay last Friday. I think the picture came out great for both of us. So if you're thinking that you're going to be doing interviews more regularly and it's going to be a consistent part of your maybe content pillars, then you may want to invest in a streaming software. But if anyone in the chat has a better suggestion, let Rachel know. I don't know. I mean, OBS, I would suspect you can have guests on, but I just don't understand how to set that up in OBS because I know it's a bit of a beast in terms of like the learning curve. But yeah, I would say if you really want that, the best quality, you're probably going to have to invest in some sort of streaming platform is my guess. But yeah. Don, is Nightbot doing the wrong thing? Let me know. Oh man. Yeah, Phil, you're getting all kinds of blocked. Sorry about that. I'll have to go in there and try to figure out my Nightbot thing. Wait, Nana, did your notification not work? Oh. Oh no, it's deleting. Okay, so maybe the Nightbot is like on a bit of a. Maybe he had a bad weekend and he's just taking it out on this on the chat. I don't know. We got to figure that out. I'll have to go in. Hell, view deleted message. Oh, okay. It's just okay. Hold on. Yeah, that's bizarre. These messages are normal. Don, can you read his messages? Why is it deleting everything Phil is saying? That's bizarre. Sorry, Phil. I gotta figure this out. Just turn off emote. Oh, can I do that live during the stream, Nanad? All right, you guys. We're gonna take a quick detour here. We're gonna try and fix this this Nightbot issue. Dashboard. So we're gonna go to chat moderation, I think it is. Excess emotes. I'm gonna turn that off. I don't know if that's gonna work in real time, but we will find out. So somebody test it. Somebody put some emojis in the chat and see if we get blocked. But sorry about that, Phil. I'm new to the Nightbot thing. Oh, I see some. Okay, I see some muscles. Maybe. Yeah, well, that's such a weird. Timeout users abusing emojis. So I had to set up where the minimum amount of emojis required is 3. Yeah, I just turn it off. All right, now you guys are going to blow up the chat with emojis, aren't you? No worries. Okay, Naz has a question. Sorry, I'm a little behind. How do you weigh up the cost of tech and software versus benefit from the perspective of someone who is not really generating me for? Okay, this is a great question, Naz. This is the question that really keeps me up at night because I spend money on so much bullshit that I hate myself at the end of the month. And this is a reminder too. I should probably go in and audit my expenses and turn things off that I'm not using, but I'm kind of weird. I use things in like spurts or in phases. Like Creator Hooks Pro is $29 a month, and I use that all the time. And then there'll be moments where I don't use it at all for like a month. So at one point I turned it off, but then I came back to it. There's a thumbnail generator called Pixels, which I'm paying for now, even though I haven't used it in like 6 weeks. So I got to go in and turn that off. There's a lot, man. I'm paying for Claude, even though I'm using almost exclusively ChatGPT. So I got to go in and turn Claude off. What else do I pay for? Oh, Ecamm. But I'm honestly, I get so much use out of Ecamm. There's no way I could turn that off. I pay $100 a month for school. There's a lot of subscriptions. There's like more than I can remember right now. But I think for a new creator, oh gosh, Jay, now you're getting banned. What's happening? I don't know, you guys. it's the emojis. It's such a good question, Naz. I think it's worth spending more time on. But it's just whatever you're using regularly or not using regularly. And a lot of these subscriptions you can turn on and off pretty quickly, pretty easily. So, but honestly, there's also a part of me that feels like as a YouTuber who's talking about YouTube growth, like you're in the same boat. It probably behooves us to spend a little bit of money and play with some of these tools because then we get to know if they're worth it or not. And then we can talk about it with the people that we're coaching or that are in our community. So like, you won't really hear me talk about, hey, you guys should use X, Y, and Z tool. The only things I really talk about is Creator Hooks because I really believe in Creator Hooks. And beyond that, I probably don't talk about any other subscription services out there that are YouTube related. So whatever you feel like, it's probably a good idea to spend a little bit of money on some of these things if you can. That way you get you get a feel for how it works, if it's worth it. And then when people have questions, you have a little bit that you can talk to about them. But at the end of the day, I think we just need to do like a regular audit of what our expenses are to keep that stuff down, because it can really, really add up. Hey, Veronique, what's up? Yeah, surprise. Surprise live. Cool Monday. Uh yeah. All right, Phil's got another question. Oh, not a question. Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Well, glad. I'm really glad to hear that, because that's really what the whole mission is. And selfishly, a lot of what I talk about is for me as well. So if I can help other people and myself at the same time, then yeah, I'm here for it. So thank you for saying that. Rachel's asking again, coming back to the interviews. What if you batch these interviews and then release it monthly? And yeah, you could do that. That's a great idea, actually. And you know, that's smart, because one, you save a bunch of money, but two, then you get into this sort of like flow of doing these interviews, right? If you have, maybe you got 5 guests that you got queued up, you could stagger them. Maybe you could even do 2 in a day, right? And then that way you're sort of like doing a little bit of research on each guest. You're figuring out what are the appropriate questions for each guest. And then every day you're sort of in this interviewer mode. And then the next day you do it again. And then the next day you do it again. And it sort of becomes more natural and easier over time. So I think batching is an amazing way to do this if you can get the schedules to line up for your guests. And then absolutely just schedule them. You know, if you want to do 1 a month, that's perfect. I mean, I imagine a lot of podcasters, that's probably how they do it, right? If you're thinking through like your next 3 months of content, it's like, who can I book? How quickly can I book them? And can I book them all in a small window so I can knock out all of these podcasts in a single go with my guests? And then I just release those slowly over time. So I love that. That's a great thought, Rachel. Ooh, Jay, congrats, man. Your first payout from Amazon, 25 pounds. I love it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Congrats. What do you know what people are buying? I'm curious if they're buying things that are actually part of your affiliate links, or if they're buying other stuff. All right, catching up. What's up, Super Puff? I don't know if we've met. If we have, good to see you again. Otherwise, welcome. And then ZNT Picture Show. I'm still trying to grow on YouTube. Do I need to post constantly or no? Yes, my default is try to be as consistent as you can be, because it'll do a couple of things. It'll get you better at making videos, which is important, right? The more you do something at a regular interval, like the better you get at doing that thing. And that's important because you're competing with a lot of really skilled creators on YouTube. So definitely try to be as consistent as you can. And then also it helps with audience building, because when you show up regularly, then people start to get familiar with your thumbnail design, with your name and your kind of profile. And the more they see you, the more familiar you become, the more trust that gets built. And that's ultimately what helps your channel grow, by getting subscribers and more viewers and more eyeballs. So yes, consistency is probably the biggest lever you can pull on with YouTube, unless you are just an amazing filmmaker from day one, and you're an amazing script writer from day one, and you can craft these really compelling videos. Then you don't have to really be consistent, because they will kind of live on their own. But it's very challenging to be good right away. It takes, for most people, a lot of time to build the skill of doing YouTube well. So yes, consistency is super important. Is using Pixabay music and as background music. Wait, let me just make sure I understand your question. Is using Pixabay music as background music can get me, is it copyright or no? The only thing you need to worry about is if it's copyright protected or not. And you might find, I'm not familiar with Pixabay as a platform. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've used it ever. It says royalty free. There might be other requirements, like as you use it, if it's royalty free, they might ask that you put something in the description of your video. There may be a license ID you need to attach. Each track probably will have a different requirement. So there's no, like, I don't know if there's a yes or no answer to your question, but just read the fine print and make sure that you're not using anything that's copyright protected. Nanad, thank you, man. Appreciate the support as always. Ethan, hey man, thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know if we've met. If not, good to have you. Thanks for being here. Ooh, nice. Somebody bought the mic. I love it. Yeah, that's I mean, it's a bit of a moneymaker, right? If people opt, well, and I think it was like, mine was like $279 USD. Yeah. And then an ironing board. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. People are buying cereal through my Amazon affiliate links. Like they're grocery shopping and I'm getting, maybe that's us. Maybe I've accidentally done that. I don't know. Here's a question for the group. If you click on one of your own affiliate links and then you go off and buy some random stuff on Amazon, do you get an affiliate credit? I wonder. I wonder. It seems like cheating. All right, so Matt's got a question. Hey Matt, how are you? I like your profile pic. It looks pretty clean. So here's the question. In the beginning, how do you find the balance between higher production quality but lower number of videos and lower production quality but more videos? So I think this really just depends, and I kind of mentioned this just a moment ago. It depends on how skilled you are when you first come to YouTube. If you come to YouTube completely green and you don't have any background in cameras, photography, videography, writing, or even camera presence, delivering to camera, like if you're completely green in all those categories, then you're probably going to make a lot of bad videos, unless you're Naz and you just make great videos from day one. But if you are just completely green and you suck at it, you need to focus on quantity first. Quantity is always going to get you better in time in terms of like developing those skills. And then once you've kind of dialed in and you've gotten a good foundation on just the whole production process, then you can kind of make a bit of a pivot into posting less videos, but putting more effort and more intention and maybe more research to improve the quality, right? But it's only through this like long, repetitious journey that you start to develop the skills to make the better quality videos, at least in my opinion. So I hope that's helpful and answers the question. But, I've heard a lot of people talk about early on, do quantity, pivot to quality. And then once you've dialed in the quality and you've got good systems in place, then come back to quantity, if that makes sense. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Veronique, have you used Pixabay before? I know I've heard of it and I've seen people talk about it and plug it in their videos, but I've never actually used it. I've been using just the native YouTube music library, which you can obviously filter into free and copyright free and all that stuff. Yeah, Jay, I think the cookie is 24 hours. So if someone clicks a link and then they go and buy something, 10 hours later, you should in theory still get the referral credit. Okay, Phil's asking, am I on Instagram? No, I'm not on Instagram. But I want to know why you're asking me that question. Are you trying to find my other socials? You guys, I only use YouTube. I have a Facebook account, I have an Instagram account, I have an X account, but I never go on them ever. I don't know. There's just not enough time in the day and I just don't get any value from those other platforms. They're a bit of a distraction for me. What's your take on it? You guys use Instagram? What's up, Chappie? How are you? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Circuits FM, how are you? Yeah, good to have you, man. This isn't a scheduled live stream. I just decided, hell, I don't have a video to post today, so I'm just gonna go live and see what happens. So that's kind of what we're up to. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help out in any way I can. Oh, Mike, what's up, man? Good to have you. I don't think you've joined any of my live streams previously, but it's good to see you. And thank you for answering that question. So here's the Mike's answer to the question about, do you get paid on your own? Do you get your own Amazon affiliate commission on things that you buy on Amazon? The answer is no. You are not eligible for commission on your own link when you buy on Amazon. Messing with this can get you banned. Buyer beware. Be careful. Yeah, it's a good call out. Yeah, don't try that. I mean, you'd think Amazon would be smart enough to know to like look for that, because I'm sure people try it all the time. Not worth it. Not worth it at all, right? What do you get, like pennies on the dollar? So not even worth it. Lauren, hey. Yeah, so again, this is not a scheduled. I didn't schedule this today. This was just random, impromptu. Normally I do them on Thursdays, and I do them at 3 o'clock Eastern. You're right. So 1 o'clock my time. But yeah, it's good to have you on. And Circuits, thank you for the super. Yeah, man, no problem. Appreciate the support as always. It's good to hear from you. And then Don says he uses Instagram because his boss markets that way. Means we'll be busy within 30 minutes. Oh, interesting. That's a good way, I guess, to drum up business. Yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I know a lot of people will use Instagram, like content creators will use Instagram, of course, to get people to engage with them on the actual short or reel or whatever they call it. And then they will use something like ManyChat to do an automated response. And in a lot of ways, they can build an email list by automating a link to then subscribe to the newsletter or to give a freebie or a giveaway. So Instagram can be a powerful tool in conjunction with YouTube. Chappie's got a question. What's your thoughts on dead channels? I'm in month 2, posting shorts and longs, slowly getting less and less impressions. Today's video, no impressions in first 3 hours. Okay, that sounds like a rough spot to be in. So let's just take a look. If you guys don't mind, we'll take a look at Chappie's channel here. Hey, Nicola, what's up? So you guys can see my screen, right? Chappie Uncut. All right, let's try and give Chappie some feedback because he's having a problem with impressions. So what do we see when we go to Chappie's channel? We see the profile picture, see you. We see Chappie Uncut. Growing on YouTube without the bullshit. I love it. Maybe what you can do, and this is gonna be me nitpicking. Just get rid of the get rid of the Chappie Uncut part right here. Just remove that completely. And then that way the first thing they see is helping you growing on YouTube without the bullshit. And then again, you don't need to say welcome to Chappie Uncut. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. Overall, one take, no fluff vlog style channel where I'm building a YouTube channel. That's cool. I dig it. That's kind of what I'm doing, except I'm not doing it in one take. And I'm probably a bit fluffy sometimes. Yeah, there might be too much in here. I don't know if people are really going to want to read all this. That's just my take on it. And again, this is just like nitpicking. So it's small details. I wouldn't overthink any of this stuff. You've been at it for 1 month. So, okay, 1 month is not a lot of time. But you're right, your videos don't get that many views. Okay, it looks like you pivoted a little bit on your thumbnails. So here are your most recent videos. I mean, okay, the thumbnails are not terrible. I think with some of these other ones, there's no text in them. A lot of people are probably just going to scroll right by because it's sort of like just you expressionless for the most part. And I think you probably need to add a word or two. Like go to Naz's channel. And Naz, I'm going to use you as an example just because I think you got a lot of good design elements going on. Oh, speak of the devil. Let's just go here. So if you look at Naz's style, he's doing the classic, right? It's a face plus text. So if you're a talking head, if you're an educator, the classic face plus text tends to work well. And you don't have to overthink it. But here's my suggestion is make sure you've got some sort of caption in the thumbnail, some sort of text that complements the title and hopefully presses on an emotion like curiosity to get people to want to click on it. And then ideally, your facial expression will match the emotion from the caption, right? So you can be happy, you can smile, you can look perplexed, you can be pensive, you can be confident. Like you kind of want to match your facial expression with the vibe and the tone of the video, if that's helpful. Like 0 subscribers and then he looks sad. Is it luck? He looks inquisitive. Don't do this. He looks a little stern. Lonely? He looks a little lonely. Naz, you look a little lonely, man. Don't quit. He looks encouraging. Right? So, yeah, try to match. And this one, unfuck your channel. I hope I can say that on a live stream. He has his eyebrow raised. It's a little like bewildered. So I kind of like it. But anyways, you can see his design style. It's white and yellow text, very big. He's got the YouTube logo, so you know it's YouTube related. And then he's just trying to match the sentiment of the caption with his titles. So I would say take a page out of Naz's book and just try to like maybe copy his style a little bit. And then of course, this is all stuff that's going to take a long time to get good at. So just, be patient with yourself. Give it 3 months, give it 6 months. And then I think as far as the titles go, maybe start with like some basic how-tos. Like this one, how I film multiple videos in one sitting. Like, I think that's a powerful topic. Or maybe you can condense that title into like how I make 4 videos in 1 hour. Something like that, like a time savings. But just keep going, like keep practicing, look at some different title options, and eventually things will start to click. That's just my high level take. And then honestly too, I mean, maybe you're already doing this, but like lean into some of the vulnerability, into some of the authenticity. Because sometimes if you come out of the gate with this like almost like guru approach, people see right through that and they're like, bro, you have like 30 subscribers. Why should I listen to you about growing a YouTube channel? And sometimes the title and the thumbnail can portray that guru essence, if you will. I don't know if I'm making any sense on that one. But yeah, Chappie, hopefully that's helpful, man. I know that was a bit of a ramble for you. So hold on, let me go back. I don't know if I've missed a question. Naz, I've got one from you. Can you help me out with how to view overall? Oh yeah, okay. This question came up in the community earlier. Great question, Naz. So Naz is asking about when you do a live stream, how do you see your analytics? So we're gonna go into my analytics. So we click into my last live stream, for example, and you can see right up here, since published, And you can look, it's got 158 views, 20 watch time, and I made 75 cents. But when you click on since upload, then you get different analytics. 492 views, 90 watch hours, and $16. So Naz, come into your analytics and switch it from since published to since uploaded. Because since published, I think it's just the live stream by itself. If that makes sense. It's just the live stream. When you do since uploaded, that then includes the live stream and all the video on demand stuff, I think. Let me know if that answers that question. All right, Lauren's got a question. No, it is happening today, Lauren. Yeah, it should be. I don't think I took it down. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, it's there. Is it Dazzy? So basically, I have a problem with verifying my number. I don't know, but I'm not getting no code with a message or a call. I don't know what to do. I have seen that many people has problem with that, not only you. Are you talking about when you're verifying for eligibility? So in the YouTube studio, let me know if this is where you're getting held up. Under settings, and then feature eligibility, standard features, where you have to verify. Actually, which one is it? Oh, this one, verify phone number. And that'll let you do things like live streams and custom thumbnails. Is that where you're getting hung up? I didn't have any issues with this at all. This should be pretty straightforward. So if you're having issues, what I'd recommend is come up to creator support right up here. You see this little on the top right? And right now it's broken for me. This has happened to me before. But there will be a pop-up box where you can talk directly with YouTube support. I don't know if you've done that yet. If not, I'd recommend doing that. Hey, Minnie, how are you? Sweet. Planning your Saturday live stream. I love it. Yeah, Chappie. That's a good strategy. Having a custom thumbnail. Yep. All right, so Kayak Quest has a question. You're getting a good amount of views on your channel, but wish more people would subscribe. What is your advice? Are you already asking people to subscribe? I know that's something that a lot of people advocate for. So like within the first third of your video, you could do a soft call to action. Like, hey, by the way, if you're getting any value out of today's video, hit the subscribe button below. You could also include the subscribe confirmation button as a pinned comment on your videos. That might be one thing to consider. But it might come down to your content style, because some niches and some content styles just are more transactional in nature and people don't connect with the creator as much. So without looking at your channel, I really wouldn't know what your content style is. Let me just take a quick look. Because if it's like a faceless channel, okay, it doesn't look like it's faceless. Kayak Quest. In this channel, I go fishing in lakes and try to catch some fish. That sounds cool. Yeah, you are getting some pretty good views. Good for you, man. couple hundred views per video is great, especially with 118 subscribers. I mean, how cool is this? You're just fishing and you're just fishing. I love it. Yeah, I think maybe just ask people to subscribe. The other thing too, and I don't know this, but if you're providing like tips and value and like tactics and strategy, then people might be more apt to subscribe versus if it's just you almost doing like a vlog. That's my guess, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, definitely try a subscribe call to action within the first couple of minutes. Or you can even make it fun and be like, hey, if I catch this fish, you guys have to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Or I don't know, you could be goofy and be like, hey, I'll dip my head in the water for a subscribe, like something silly like that. I don't know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But it looks like you got a pretty cool channel there. Yeah, thanks for the question. Hopefully that's helpful to you. Hello from Belgium. Owen, what's up, man? How are you? Silver Slasher, welcome. Congrats on your 130 subscribers. That's cool. Good to hear it. Oh no, Super Puff, what was your question? I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Super Puff. Okay, I found it. After monetizing your gaming channel, I want to make educational content for new YouTubers like you. Is this a good idea? And if so, should I do it on my existing channel or make a new one? I would definitely make a new one. Don't do how to grow on YouTube on the same channel as a gaming channel. That would not work. And yeah, it depends. If you want to help people make gaming channels, that's cool. That's separate and well, I guess it's kind of unique because gaming channels are their own separate kind of entity in my mind. But yeah, if you feel like you've got enough knowledge and you want to help other people grow, that's great. More power to you. But definitely make a new channel. I wouldn't combine it. And sorry I missed your question. I trying to keep up here with the chat. All right, I think I'm caught up. Nicola, need your input. You know all my videos are faceless. What do you think if I change up a bit, showing up while cooking? Good idea, or stay focused on faceless and just focus on food? I think it's always a good idea to experiment with a new format. And if your audience is used to not seeing you, it might be a very welcome and pleasant surprise to see you on camera. I know there are creators in the past who for years will never be on camera, and then they'll have almost like a face reveal video or a face reveal live stream or something like that that reveals to their viewers who they actually are and what they look like. And sometimes those do really well. So I'd say it just depends on you and your comfort and how you want to experiment. But I always think it's a great idea. And if they don't like it, who cares? If they like it, then maybe it's something that you do periodically. Like, for example, on my channel, almost all of my videos, I have been on camera. But 2 of my last videos, I wasn't on camera at all. I did my very first faceless videos. And guess what? They're some of the better performing videos on my channel. So what does that tell you? That people don't like my face. Hey, Barb. How are you? Okay, so Owen's question is, how can I grow? Because I am from Belgium and I talk in my own, I want to say, language. I think it depends on where your intended audience is. If it's easier to speak in your native language, then you might consider just making a channel that targets people who speak your native language. If you want to target an English-speaking audience, then you have to speak English. The English-speaking audience might very well be larger than your native language. So these are all things to consider. It just depends on who you're trying to speak to, because your topics might be specific to people in Belgium, or maybe they're more universal and anyone who speaks English can get value from them. So without knowing your niche necessarily, I don't think I could direct you very much. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. All right, so Silver Slasher is saying, I started a gaming channel and focused on shorts first, then finished the first 2 videos. What kind of balance ratio between shorts and videos do you suggest? I think it just depends on what your goals are. I think long form is the way to go in terms of monetization. You're not going to make a lot of money on shorts if you want to get AdSense monetized, and you also need to get a ton of views on shorts to get monetized. So you may have better luck doing long form video. Long form video, of course, is harder to produce, so it's a trade-off. But if your goal is to get monetized and earn money through long form, then focus on long form. And maybe what you can do is you can use your long form videos to source your shorts from, right? So take clips from your long form, convert those into shorts. But I don't think there's really a right or wrong ratio, but I think you should probably post at least 1 long form video a week. That would be my recommendation. Now, if you're just showing like your gaming footage of you playing a game, that might not be as interesting as if you are to actually think through what are some problems people playing this game have and how can I solve those problems, like giving tips and strategy, right? So being more useful in that capacity, that'll probably help grow your channel quicker than just showing regular gameplay footage. What's up, Lego? How are you? I'm still not used to your new name. I'm going to keep calling you Lego forever. Let's see. Hey, Patty. How are you? Good to see you. All right, Mohit's got a question. You've taken 2 mini breaks from YouTube, 2 to 3 weeks this summer for important family time. Well done, by the way, because that's really important. It was the right decision, but how do you deal with anxiety of the channel not growing during this time? Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Because sometimes you feel like you need to always be on and be there to make sure things are moving in the right direction. But I think it's important. Like I feel like you've already got a good headspace around this, Mohit, especially with being intentional about taking the time off and reallocating that time towards the things that are truly meaningful in life, which is your family. But hopefully there's not too much anxiety, and you kind of like, when you do go out on vacation or you decide you're going to unplug from YouTube, you're not looking at the YouTube Studio app on your phone at all. You're kind of present and in the moment with your partner, and you're just kind of trying to enjoy the moment. I still deal with this too myself. I had parents visiting a couple weeks ago, and I was still thinking a lot about work at the same time, even though I was like not working. But you know, when you have a passion like this, or when you've got this thing that you're trying to build, it's normal to kind of obsess over it. But if you're feeling anxious about it, that's a different story. And hopefully it's not like putting you in a bad mental headspace. But maybe talk to people too, like people in our community, for example, if you're feeling anxious about things. Because YouTube, you know this, you're not always going to be in a period of steady upward growth. There's always going to be dips. And there's even going to be times where you go backwards, seemingly. So you just have to expect these moments will come. It's par for the course. We're all in the same boat together. We all go through these same emotional turbulence together. So yeah, it's tough though. I feel you on it, man. I know exactly where you're coming from. Hello, Gypsy Gardner. Good to have you. Rosani, good to have you. So question from the Gypsy Gardener. I have a question about reading comments. I can see that I have a certain amount of comments, but only see some of them. Where do you normally read all the comments? I only have 4 videos. So there might be comments that are nested underneath a comment, or it could be a reply that's nested underneath the comment. But also, if you're in the content screen here, I'll show you. So this is a little misleading. If you guys ever come into the content screen and you see all of these comments here on the right side, these are both your viewers' comments and your responses to them. So this number is a bit inflated. It's not 100% just your viewers' comments. So if you come in and you're like, hey, I see I've got 98 comments, but I only see about 45 of them. Where are the other 45? The other 45 are probably from you. So I hope that makes sense. And maybe that's the problem you're having. Lauren's question. I feel my channel might need to pivot. I've been applying questions and I'm constantly researching YouTube growth tips and implementing. 2 years, 200 subscribers, 226 videos. Stay patient or pivot? So that's a great question, Lauren. What are you thinking of pivoting to? And is it along the same lines as what you've already explored on your channel, or are you thinking of something completely different? Let me know. I'd like to know more about this. But if you're feeling like you want to explore something new, then absolutely try and pivot. You'd probably need to start a new channel. But yeah, I know the slow growth is very frustrating. But let me know. Tell me more. Middle Age Adventures. Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Oh, Lauren, thank you for the super. Appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah, man, stop checking the YouTube Studio app. It's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It becomes a compulsion, especially if you have access to it 24/7. I don't recommend it. Yes, Minnie, you were at your grandmother's barbecue on the weekend and you put your phone away completely and then had to find it for networking. It's tough. It's hard. We have these devices that are with us 24/7 and they literally are buzzing and ringing for our attention constantly. I do this thing now. I've done this for a long time, actually. My phone, my smartphone is permanently on do not disturb and permanently on silent mode. And so I don't hear shit from anybody. The only time I know that there's something happening on my phone is when I go to pick it up. And I know that drives a lot of people crazy because then they'll text me and then they'll get the ties not available thing. But you got to protect your sanity. You got to protect your time and you got to protect your mental health, because these things are getting so good at keeping our attention locked in on them. And they are a distraction device. When we get bored, it's the first thing we grab. So people don't know how to be bored anymore. We don't know how to deal with boredom because we just inherently grab our phones. It's I don't think it's good for our heads. I don't think it's good for our psychology. That's just my humble take on it. I'm not a neuroscientist or anything. I just have an opinion about this stuff. Nafisa, welcome back. Good to see you again. Yeah, so Minnie brings up here, Minnie's got a good comment about finding all the comments. Because this is a little challenging. First of all, when you go into your community, you might have this filter automatically showing up where it's going to show you any comment that you have not responded to. But if you hit like the heart and the like on it, then it goes away, I think. Yeah, see, it goes away. Even though I didn't technically respond to it, I just gave it a like and now it's gone. So if you like or heart something, but you don't respond, it will still not show up as unresponded. And then the other thing too is you can change your filter by clicking right here. You can go down to response status and then click on new replies to your responses. And this is going to show you when someone's responded to one of your responses that you need to respond to. That's a lot of words. But this is a good way of trying to keep the conversations flowing, because oftentimes we respond to somebody and then we have no awareness if they've responded back to us. So the conversations just die on the vine. So you can come in here, right? And then you can see if you need to respond back to somebody. And I am super backed up on comments. So apologies if anyone's left me a comment and I haven't gotten back to you. But Minnie, good call out. Thank you for mentioning that. So, Super Puff, really appreciate it if you review my thumbnails. I think I'm getting low CTR. My CTR is 7 to 8% usually. Wow, that's pretty good actually. What's the CTR you're getting right now? If it's usually 7 to 8. Let's take a look. We're gonna look at Super Puff's channel, you guys. Let's see. All right. I think your thumbnails look pretty good. I don't know much about the gaming niche in general, but you're getting really good views. I mean, maybe is this just like a really popular game that most videos get a lot of views? Here's what I like about your thumbnails. You've got a consistent design element where you've got what appears to be, is it the same background pretty much in every one, and it's blurred out. So there's not a lot of detail back there, although I can argue that there may be too many elements potentially. But again, take my opinion with a grain of salt, because I focus mostly on talking head and educational channels. So a lot of these thumbnails that I work on are more like a face plus text. For you, you're in a gaming niche and you're probably trying to lure people in with some sort of tip about the game, or maybe some footage about the game. Yeah, I know you mentioned 7 to 8%. I mean, that sounds like it's pretty good. My click-through rate's about 3%. So what does that mean? CTRs are always going to vary between niches. So it's not always apples to apples. But I like them. I mean, I think you've got like the text stands out. It's big, it's white, it's easy to read. There might just be too much text on some of them. Like this one here, where it's like, watch this before you invest. And I don't know if all these icons need to be in there. I'm assuming people will see that and know exactly what that is. But here's the challenge. Are you giving people too many things to look at? And are you having them, does like the way you design your thumbnails mean that they're looking left to right, right to left? Are they locked in at the center of the thumbnail? Like how much mental processing do they have to do to understand what's happening? But I think they look good though. And then here's the other question. Are you A/B testing? And if you're A/B testing, what's your other format? Because these are all one format. So maybe come up with a completely unique thumbnail aesthetic that you then test as an alternative. And it never hurts to go back and forth, because sometimes changing things up entices the viewer as well. But I think they look great, man. Carolyn in the house. What's up, Carolyn? How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Lego, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right. So Lauren's question is related to if she should change topics. Starting my YouTube channel saved my life, or starting a YouTube channel, or life after kids grow up. I always caution people about starting a YouTube channel. Like, do you want to make a YouTube channel about starting a YouTube channel like what I'm doing? Is that really something that's of interest to you? Is it a passion of yours? Do you like educating on these topics? And do you feel like you're going to be able to do enough work and research and trial and error and failing to really genuinely help other people do the same thing? It's a challenging niche. It's very saturated. So that's up to you. I don't know. I think that the life after kids grow up one is interesting, but the question you got to come back to is like, what's the addressable market? Like, are there channels out there that you've seen that are making content similar to what you might want to make content about? And then how popular are those channels? Do their videos get good views? Is it a topic that you could talk about for a long time? Do you feel like you've got some depth, lived experience, or some expertise around these topics? These are all questions you need to ask. And they've got to be framed in the context of how can I help other people? But I think this life after kids one is interesting. Maybe there's some storytelling in there. Maybe there's some, I don't know, inspiration, motivation in there, but it's just got to be packaged well. And then you got to figure out, is this the topic that a lot of people are interested in? Yeah, so 3 to 4%. I think in my niche, and I could be wrong about this, but I want to say like 2 to 6% is probably pretty good. Well, I should say normal. Like, I think that's the normal range. If you're like 8% in my niche, like, dang, you're doing really, really well. But it's a struggle. And a lot of our thumbnails look and feel the same. So, yeah, it's just weird how it's different between niches. Yeah, Chappie, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Ken, hello, welcome. Greetings from Kenya. Very cool. Good to have you here. Yeah, sweet. Good on you for getting started. What's your channel about? I don't know how to say your name. NGWA Desmond. You have a shorts channel and it's about pop the balloon edits. You got monetized in a month, but after that, your views flopped. So you got monetized on a shorts channel in a month. That's impressive. I might have to look at your channel. I don't know anything about shorts though. I just want to see how many views you're getting. Oh, so this channel is not your actual. Yeah, this is not your channel that you're talking about. Yeah, so anyways, just curious because I would love to see the other channel. But I don't do shorts. Oh, hold on, let me look it up here. Pop the balloon 365. I don't think I'm seeing it. Unless I'm spelling it wrong. I'm probably spelling it wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, is this you? So what is this what is this niche? Is this like a meme? Interesting. Yeah, your videos are getting a ton of views. Good for you. Good for you. I want to ask if you've done this before. I wonder, okay, are you like repurposing stuff? Yeah, I wonder if this is all repurposed content. If it's repurposed content, yeah, I'm just gonna be straight with you. I don't know much about shorts, this particular niche. I do know that YouTube is now enforcing more of their policy on, what's the right word? Like low effort or repetitive content. I don't know if you fall into that category. You might not. I could be guessing and be guessing incorrectly. But YouTube is very cyclical and it's hard to know. There's really, it's just hard to know what might be causing a dip in views. The only recommendation I can provide is to just keep trying and keep pushing and try to replicate what's worked previously on your channel. Minnie's got a question. I sometimes play my favorite video game on my channel, but I do not want a gaming channel. My niche talks about complex nature of disability benefits playing. My niche talks about complex nature of disability benefits. Playing my video game is to relax with my audience. Got it. So you want this visual up on screen of you playing a game while you are talking about disability benefits. That is an interesting combination of things for your viewers to see and hear. Are they resonating with that? Like, are they vibing with the gaming content? I wouldn't think to pair those things up. But I could be I could be completely wrong about all of this. Yeah, but I have seen other people use gaming footage to just play in the background while they talk about other things, and I think there's something to that. I don't necessarily understand it myself. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I would just follow what your viewers are vibing with. Minnie, let me pull up your channel because this is a very interesting question. So which videos have you playing games? And one thing too, if you're recording long form video, you're recording horizontal, or sorry, vertical, you should probably record horizontal. Like this one, it's horizontal. Look, you got your Excel sheet up there. Where is your gaming stuff? Sims 2. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. But I'd probably stick with the spreadsheets, right? Because if you're talking about budgeting or disabilities, this is probably what your audience wants, is my guess. Oh, here we go. Let's play Sims 2. Yeah, like who cares about that? I mean, just to be frank with you, if you're talking about budgeting and disability insurance, disability stuff, does anyone care about The Sims? I mean, honest, genuine question. I mean, you can see these don't have very good views, right? These probably have nothing to do with your core topic. And then if someone does come for The Sims, and then a month later, there's like a budget with me video, are they going to care about the budgeting video? Probably not. Now, is there a clever way to combine budgeting with The Sims? You tell me. I don't know. I don't play The Sims, but is there any budgeting mechanics within The Sims game? Maybe that's a whole niche in of itself. But yeah, to me, in my mind, those are two completely separate topics, two completely separate channels. Um, Veronique, yeah, 4 to 6. That's pretty decent, I think. Andrew, what's up, man? How are you? Good to have you. Yeah, I didn't know I was going live today either. I kind of just did it. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a long form video to post today. So I thought I would just try a live stream and see if anyone joined. You know, just a bit of an experiment. So Foundry, hey, welcome back, man. I want to start a channel to promote my small business. Yeah, I think we talked about this last time. I'm also a dad to an autistic son. Is it too much to try and help other autistic dads while promoting my business? Absolutely. Don't do that. Unless your business is about helping autistic dads, don't combine those topics, because going back to Minnie's question, you know, when somebody comes to your YouTube channel, they come for a specific kind of content. If you're providing tips on how to deal with an autistic child, and then your next video has something to do with your business, then you're not really going to attract subscribers, because they're going to be like, this dude's all over the place. Does that make sense? You know, it's like when here's an analogy that a lot of people use. When you go to a sushi restaurant and you see burgers on the menu, you probably immediately think the quality of the sushi is not going to be as good as if you went to a sushi restaurant that only served sushi. Right? So there's like this psychology that's happening in the back of people's minds. And that's the problem I see with a lot of newer creators, is they're making content on a wide variety of topics. And in doing so, they become really mediocre at all of those topics. And there's not a lot of depth into each one of them. Because if you have like too many things that you're trying to convey, like too many different topics that you're trying to put on your channel, then people really won't know what you're all about, and they're going to be reluctant to subscribe. People subscribe to channels where there's no doubt in their mind what they're going to get when they visit that channel, or when that channel shows up in their subscription feed. So that's my take on that. I would say if you want to make content related to your business, try to have its own unique channel for that. If you're going to make content helping other dads with autistic children, try to make your own unique channel for that. Andrew, if you're still here, curious what your CTR is for your channel. Because I'm like 3 to 5%. Well, let's just say 3 to 4%. Veronique is 4 to 6. And then I think we had Super Puff that was like 7 to 8%. And I know it's all different by niche, but I was just curious. So the Mower family, we have 8,800 subscribers. Nice. Mostly all off shorts. No monetization yet. What do you recommend? Well, first question is, what's your goal? What are you trying to do? It sounds like you're trying to reach monetization. How close are you to the 10 million shorts views that you need to get in a 90-day period? If you're nowhere close to that, then the question I would ask is, do you want to pivot to long form video? Because shorts is really, really hard to get monetized through. And then the amount of money you make from shorts is not very good. So if monetization is your goal, then maybe reconsider shorts as a strategy. That's what I'd recommend. Dude, let's grow. Yes, I did do a live on a whim. Yeah, just hit go live and saw what happened. But thank you. I appreciate the words of encouragement there. We have a question from Uplifting Christian Music. I have a brand new Christian music channel. What would you do to enhance the views on the channel? All right. Great question. I don't know much about Christian music, but let's take a look. Let's take a look at the channel here. All right, so your channel is very clearly described. Uplifting Christian music. I like it. I'm curious to know more about the lions in the banner and what you are trying to convey with that. I don't think you need the welcome to uplifting Christian music. They sort of already know where they are because they've seen it twice already. Maybe just start with your home for Christian music designed to inspire. Like that could be your first top line. Again, this is me just nitpicking. So you're a music channel and you've got, are all of these just different songs? Are these all AI generated songs? Interesting. I wonder what Ninad would think about this. And also, are there other people doing a similar thing? Like, are there other, what I'm imagining is AI generated Christian music channels? If so, are they doing well? I'm just trying to see what thumbnails might stand out to me. And if you guys have any feedback in the comments, throw them in here. Be curious what your thoughts are. How come this one did so well? Best Worship Music 2025, New Christian Songs. Again, is this all AI? Because this one did really well. It's actually still getting views. So here's a question for you. This one here seems to be a compilation of songs. Have you broken out all of these into individual tracks as actual videos on your channel? And you may have already done this, but just curious. Mike, this is all AI music. There's no copyright on this. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, the AI space is interesting. It seems like it's going to be very, very competitive. And there's just going to be a lot of people competing in this space because the barrier to entry is so low. And it'll get increasingly easier to mass produce this kind of stuff. So here's my recommendation. Maybe because this one here did so well, you might want to take the individual tracks from this and just make their own unique videos. That could be an idea. I mean, again, we're all experimenting here. There's no guarantees it's going to work. I would maybe try to streamline your thumbnails a little bit. If you have a thumbnail that's done particularly better than others, you might consider using that. But here's the other thing. What would be the use case for someone playing this? Like what's the environment? What's the real world environment for someone playing this? Is it for individuals who are working on their computers who just want some background music? If so, then maybe you preface it by saying best Christian music for studying or best Christian music for focused work, right? Or best Christian music for while you're doing chores at home, right? Give them the scenario, if that makes sense. Or best Christian songs for relaxation or best Christian songs for connecting with the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? Like whatever, you got to give somebody a benefit. Because some of these, like the unimaginable goodness of God, that is not a good title because it doesn't give me a reason to want to click on this video. Just looking at this, I have no idea what this video is about. It doesn't tell me that it's music. It could just be someone blabbing for an hour, right? Like this one, the best Christian music, uplifting and positive. That's pretty good. Feel good Christian songs. Yeah, I would try to include a value proposition or a desire, or like maybe you're removing stress. So best Christian songs to relieve stress, or to, I don't know, promote well-being. You know what I mean? Like some value propositions that point to a desire, or avoiding a pain point, or avoiding negativity. And then make sure that like the thumbnails sort of match that. And I don't know if I'd put like the track list on the thumbnail, although this one did quite well. So who knows, right? Probably a bit of a crapshoot. But anyway, I hope that's helpful. I'm not super knowledgeable on the AI music space, but okay, let me just see if I missed anything. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's me, Tools. I love it. Appreciate the kind words. Thanks, Andrew. 4.3% on the click through. Yeah, that's higher than mine. Okay, Mohit's got a question. Mini channel review for playlists on your channel. They're all on the homepage. Want to get a sense of what you think of my content pillars. Okay. Oh, you're going to put me to the test, aren't you? All right, we got Mohit's channel pulled up here. Jim over 30. I mean, I kind of already know your content pillars. I mean, I have a general sense of like what your channel is designed to be about. So, okay, I think here's an idea really quick. So check out Roberto Blake's channel. Oops. Well, actually, hold on. Let's go to the home. Let's go to the home. Yeah, I think you wanted me to look at your homepage. Yeah, on the homepage. So, yeah, here we go. Ooh, fitness culture critiques. Okay. Would mindset shifts and gentle motivation fit together? Because I feel like practical advice is very much standalone. Like you're giving actual tips. But mindset and motivation, in my mind, are almost pretty similar. Critiques, personal stories, Q&A. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. It's actually really clear what you're doing with these. Q&A as a series, very much standalone. Personal stories, this is where you can get really deep and introspective. But this could also be a tip or a tactic, potentially. Critiques, where you're specifically, calling out things that are wrong in the fitness industry. Very clear. But yeah, I think maybe just the motivation and the mindset could be merged potentially. Sometimes having too many options is a little bit paralyzing for the viewer. I was looking at somebody like Roberto Blake's channel. On one end, he's got a lot of playlists, and they're very, very clear what they are. And if you look at his is like to get more views, get more subscribers, improve retention, get monetized on YouTube, get brand deals. And so each of his playlists is designed to give an outcome. Right? So maybe look to Roberto Blake for a little bit of inspiration. So it could be like gentle motivation to keep you showing up, or to keep you consistent. Practical tips to whatever benefit. Mindset shifts to keep you focused, or to whatever benefit. You know what I mean? Like maybe there should be a benefit included in there so people know why they need to watch the playlist. Because mindset shifts by itself, it's like, okay, do I even need a mindset shift? And most people aren't walking around throughout the day thinking my mind is messed up and I need a mindset shift. But what they are thinking they need help with is I need more like focus and dedication towards working out. So which one of these playlists is going to help me with my focus and dedication or my motivation, right? And you've got the motivational one down here. So maybe figure out what your value proposition is for each one of these. And you can use Roberto Blake as an example. But again, my original critique was that he's got too many playlists. But if each of his playlists solves a very discrete and tactical problem, then anytime somebody comes in here and they're like, dang, like I want to know how to, I want to know how to build a content strategy. Like then this is the place they'll go. Or I want to know how to get monetized and make money. This is the place they'll go. So yeah, Mohit, hopefully that's helpful. Tasha, hey, how are you? What do I do for storage? You just started a channel on another account and have no idea what I'm going to do with trying to save my videos. I'm leaning on external hard drive. Yeah, I mean, obviously an external hard drive is going to be very important. I don't have one myself. I know Seagate makes really good external hard drives. You can probably find a good one on Amazon and just connect it USB-C to your computer. I store everything on my computer right now, which is probably a terrible idea. However, I don't really need all of my old footage, to be honest. Once I post a video to YouTube, very rarely do I need to like circle back and look at my old content that's saved on my hard drive. Another option is you can save it to Google Drive if you want to save all your raw footage, or if you want to save your final renders, you can put them in Google Drive. You'll probably chew through storage pretty quickly though, so you might need to upgrade. But yeah, I think an external hard drive is probably the way to go. I would just go to Amazon and look for something that fits your budget. It's got good reviews. Yes, here's a great question from Kayak Quest. Your inspiration is kayak catfish, and the question is it okay for me to get a lot of inspiration from other content creators? And absolutely, I think that's a really great way to grow on YouTube, is to look at other channels and see what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Now, keep in mind, they have 1,200 videos. They've been doing this for 9 years. But if you love their format, if you like their style, and you like the community that they're building, by all means, follow in their footsteps. Do your own version of it. Put your own spin on it. And they get pretty good views, but they also have 200,000 subscribers. But I would say keep going, because you know, looking at their thumbnails compared to yours, I think they're pretty similar, right? In some ways. Are they just wearing a body cam and then taking a still image from the body cam, is my guess. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think you're doing a great job. Just the 5 minutes I spent looking at your channel previously, there's a lot of similar elements going on here. So just keep doing it. Put your own spin on it. Yeah. Well, you guys, it's been a good hour and a half. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me and jumping in. I know this was obviously not planned. We just kind of turned on the live stream and did what we did. So thank you for the questions. I'm going to have to drop now. I got another call with my community coming up here in about 25 minutes. So if I don't get to your question, I apologize. I will be live again this coming Thursday, so feel free to drop in. I'll schedule that probably Thursday morning. It'll be 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe, but just keep an eye out on your home screen. If you want to join, hit the little notification. And thank you guys for being here. It's been a great chat, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much.